Hello everyone again. We are here to present another line of games. This moment we will live stream the game of BC3 against Edyta from Poland and Kim from Korea. Kim will play in red and Edyta with the blue. Bom dia outra vez, estamos aqui em direto no campo número 5 do World Open da Pova. Vamos assistir ao jogo BC3, da classe BC3, que vai opor o coreano Junyup Kim da Coreia contra a Edyta da Polónia. Faremos os comentários em inglês, uma vez que contaremos com a presença de Gregórios Pellecranidis, que irá fazer o comentário do jogo. Sempre que possível iremos fazer algum upgrade dos resultados que estão a acontecer nos outros campos. So soon we will start the game, and we will have to comment this game with us Grigorio Pellecranidis from Greece. Everyone who are watching us know him for sure, and for us it's a pleasure to have you here to comment this game.
Hello to everyone, it's a big pleasure for me being with you today, and a big honor, of course, and I hope we can commentate this game and everyone enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks. So here, Anna, how nice. Yes, it's nice to have here this guy with us. Only talking a little, this competition for you, how he's going?
Well, for me it was one of my worst competitions. I just disqualified, but I was very tired because I gave all my energy in the European Championships in August, where I won gold. And after that, I think I had no more energy to play. So yes, I had two bad competitions, but it doesn't really matter. It just more lessons, many mistakes that I have to correct, because Tokyo is just next year. It's less than a year, and I have to prepare really well.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. And we cannot forget that you are one of the most medal achievers of the world. So you have to be proud, of course, with your work. And actually, you are the European champion and world champion.
Yes, thankfully, so I'm very glad because the level of the competitors is so high that in every game you cannot be sure if you're going to win or lose. It's 50-50 in every game that you compete. So I'm very glad that I won the world championships last year.
We never will forget the last end of the world championship.
Yeah.
For us,
it was so close. I could lose.
Yes, but you made a last end perfect. Yeah. But now we are here to comment this game. Kim made
a perfect shot. He's playing classic, a short game on his side, the left side of the court, and he managed to place his red ball to the jack ball and right in front of Edyta. So he had the perfect shot, and we just have to see how is Edyta going to react.
Edyta is growing a lot during the last competitions. Overall, the Polish players are increasing a lot his games.
Yes, they have advanced very much. They're a new team, new players, but they're doing amazing job, and especially in tactics. I was amazed in my previous competition because I played Edyta and I lost the semi-finals. Yes, and the same in Paris, and they're doing magnificent work. And I'm very looking forward to see this game because we have a superpower from the past until present, Korea, one of the most powerful nations in Russia, and we have a new country that is shining now, Poland. So we had a smash from Edyta, and she moved the red ball.
And now
she could not do anything better, so this is just fine because Kim had positioned the red ball perfectly in front of her. So now we're going for a second smash. with a super hard ball. For those that don't know, the balls that are used to be placed in front of the jack are soft or super soft, and they're very difficult to move them. And when that kind of ball is placed in front of the jack, we use super hard balls, which are very strong. So we do the smash in order to remove the ball in front of the jack. So we just saw that Edyta, with two super hard balls, managed to move the red ball from the jack, and now she is ready to place her super soft ball on the jack.
And we have seen in each championship harder balls, even harder. We saw here the Japanese playing with I don't know, but it seems like a hood ball.
Yes, that was
the sound is very different than the usual.
That was a very big surprise because I don't know what the material was inside. It must have been wood or metal, I don't know. But they were much stronger than
that was smash everything.
Classic. Yes. And the sound was really different, and the ball didn't stop. It was just rolling.
Now Edyta tried to place the ball, but the ball is a little on the left. So Kim have another chance to gain advantage in the game.
I think Kim can do not have to remove any balls, so he can go straight to place his balls in front of the jack.
And in your opinion, the use of that balls is fair for the game? They are in the rules, no problem.
In
but
my opinion, evolution is always good, as well as it is fair. So since it is legal, since it goes by the rules, and since there are super soft balls that is very difficult to remove them, I think it's a good step. Yes.
No.
But as always, it has to be fair, legal, and
that's the first principle of the game.
Yes.
In this ball, Kim used the blue one to place his ball. Now the ball is very good.
Yes, the red one is closer, so the blue will play.
Yesterday I have here with us Evany, and she talked about the floor and the importance of the floor during the game. What makes the difference here? Because the balls now, we know that almost all players work a lot, but then the floor, it's equal for everyone, but the way that you read them with the floor is different. But how can you solve that problems during the games or during the actions that you have to do?
Definitely the floor plays a major role in watching, but unfortunately I don't think there are much that can be done because the floor is huge, there is no way to correct it, so you just have to accept it. And one thing is for sure, it's fair for everyone because we all play on the same floor. But definitely if the floor was awful, then a good player from a bad player would not distinguish. So this would not be really fair. But in this case, I think Povo and this venue is one of the best venues in the world that I have participated. It just the difference just now is the period, the time of the year. It's raining all the time, and the humidity is really high. So I think that makes some difference in the ball reactions. They're much more difficult to move them.
At this moment, Edyta is trying to place the balls near there. Maybe now we try to push on that blue in the middle, or what do you think the situation?
I think she will, yes, and that's what she does. It's a difficult situation for her because she always has that red ball in front of her. So, and she cannot, she already has spent her super hard balls. So I think her main target now is to play defense and to lose
by one.
Yes, I don't think she could manage something better.
And the use of the hard balls, they are only used to open, or if you have to score with them, it's possible to do that.
It is possible, but it's very difficult.
Only if you have more balls there to.
Yes, and as you said, in Liverpool, where I was 3 points behind, and I took 4 points over one. The last ball was a super hard, and I had to take one. Yeah. But it's difficult.
Yeah.
Now we can see this was definitely a defensive shot, so that there are a lot of balls in front of the jack ball, so it's very difficult to change the situation.
Nowadays too, depending of the ability, the motor ability of the players, we can see different approaches to point the ramp. And we saw the Koreans and some Brazilians used a situation like this, and the others with a ramp behind the ramp. I think like you and José Macedo.
Yes.
Exists a big difference between the different approaches?
The approaches are really different because in bocce and BC3 category there's no difference what is the disability. It's just the movement of the player. So we have a lot of different disabilities, and we have players with strong muscles, players with weak muscles, but all of them have a common point, that they cannot throw the ball with their hand. So, but the movement of the body is really different. So we just saw that was a very super hard. For example, Kim was aiming the way that I cannot, because he
can move. He's strong.
He's yes, he has the muscle, but he has spasticity. I don't have spasticity, but I don't have the muscle. So it's really different for everyone. But this is an interesting point, that each player must find his way in order to do the perfect aiming. And watching all these players competing and doing the aiming is really interesting, because you see that each player has to win his disability and to maximize his performance.
In that way, we saw that nowadays some players are using the ramp always with every segment.
Yes.
And before they are putting and quitting the segments, and they are improving their ideas to be better during the game, or less time to do the things.
Yes. It's really interesting when you see each player has its own style.
Yes. And here you have the situation. Kim tries to go to create some situations in the right of.
What Kim is going to do now, aiming from that position, it's very difficult. I don't know how many players can do that. I think it's a very few. It's just a handful of players. This is really tough.
And in that way, he can use more space of the box than.
Yes, of course. He has a completely different view from that point of the box that he's sitting inside.
Probably he wants to place the ball in the red that is there.
He wants to place it.
Yes,
there,
perfect ball.
Between the jack and the red one.
Probably two, seems from here. I don't know, I'm not sure. Yes. He said that
the end is finished. Kim will not play his last ball. It's a super hard ball, but he cannot do anything better. And the score is?
I think 2. I'm not sure about it. Edyta. Yes.
It is true. Yes.
Two.
And now we can see what we talked about, that the second point was earned because of that aiming, because of that very difficult aiming, which is
Yes.
almost impossible to do.
And now with the possibility to go to the box outside of the box that we play from the opposite place side is a fair situation, because if you go to the left, the player will play at the box 4 can go and get a very high angle to play,
Yes.
and the other only perhaps Kim can do that.
Yes.
And in the opposite side is the same. Do you think it's correct from this side to have changed that rule? What's your opinion on that?
Technically, it's difficult because you have to enter the other player's box inside. So this will create many difficult situations, and I think the rules committee, where I'm a member of, does not want to create more situations that may result in appeals or in damage of the equipment or
But
anything.
what I'm
But it was decided that the empty box could be used, and
but in that way, do you think perhaps now Edyta is playing for the right side and he is in his box, and in this moment Kim have the opportunity to go to the box number 2?
yes, of course.
But Edyta don't have the chance to have so many angles.
Exactly.
This is fair for the game. Don't have any problem about it.
Yes, but it's like we said before, each player has the challenge to find the better aiming solution. So
And perhaps
like
he can play
the
for wherever he
perfect
wants.
aiming. Yes, maybe it's a challenge for every player to find a way to aim using all the box.
Okay.
It's difficult, but it's a challenge.
Okay.
And definitely Edyta is not forced to play on her side. So if she wants, yes, she can play just in front of her.
That is an interest point too, because we are seeing a lot of games here, and play the first ball, the jack ball, is not for sure winning the end.
No.
So
Definitely.
there are a lot of actions that are more important than the side that you play,
Yes.
perhaps. And for example, here this first ball was not so good.
Yes,
perhaps.
it was a bad throw because blue ball is not blocking Kim at all.
Even and now Kim have the chance to go straight to the jack.
Edyta is still closer, but the red ball is blocking her. So if Kim manages to place a ball between the jack ball and the red ball, it will be perfect for him, because his ball that will be touching the jack will be also protected by the ball already in court.
This situation is made for purpose to make this ball in 2 instead of making in 1, or that ball was not good.
I think he will move the red ball to the jack ball.
No, okay.
Yes, I think this is easier, so that's what he's going to do.
Okay.
But I don't know if he moved his ramp totally on his left side, and if he had the view of the jack, it would be perfect to place between the red ball and the jack ball. Yeah.
Sometimes playing 2 balls is better than in only 1.
Yes. Because if you can create defense blocking balls before the ball that is touching, this is just perfect.
And in this time, the situation of have the box free can be nice to do.
Yes, and it's very easy to use it. It's very easy. So Kim is playing again, and he's going to smash the red balls, as I can guess.
Oh,
No, he went for blue one.
They quit that ball and now have gaining
I didn't see that
some.
he was. He had the view of the blue ball. I thought he was blocked.
So we prefer to remove that ball, and now Edyta with some problems here.
Edyta is really blocked now.
And is in one situation, if Kim is in the other box, perhaps can have some angle, but Edyta is more limited in that.
Yeah, exactly. So she's using her super hard ball in order to remove the red ones.
And then have space to go to, let's see. Yeah. Well then.
That's good. One is removed. And the other one is not completely in front of her. So it will be really easy to remove the second one as well.
And then go to the.
Go to place her super soft ball to the jack ball.
Usually here we thought that can be better, but can be an option to put the one ball now in the jack, but the red there will stay there for sure.
Yes, definitely. I'm not sure what is the view of Edyta. Maybe she has the opportunity to place the ball in front of the jack and touch the jack, but I'm not sure. I cannot see from here.
Comparing the BC3s to the other classes, we have the ramp that normalize the players. We don't have the, like you said before, in the throwings we have the limits of the classes, that we have players that can have more strength or less strength, or more control, less control, more spasticity, and that difference here, the ramp normalizes
I
everything.
think those differences exist in every category, because due to the disability of the athletes, everyone is different. For example, like in the way of aiming, I could never do what Kim did with his strength. Something similar is in other categories as well. Someone is stronger, someone is weaker, so it's not absolutely fair and equal.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, there's not much to be done, because everyone is different. So we should have
one class for each player. No.
One class for each player. But definitely classification has to be created this way, so it's as much as fair as possible for everyone.
Yes.
And we saw Edyta now.
Yeah, the ball
she
was.
placed the ball. She's closer than Kim. Her ball is closer than Kim's, but it's not really well positioned. So I think it's very easy for Kim to place a ball on the jack, going between the red and the blue one
Will be easy now
with
to-
some pace more. So it definitely reaches.
Goes there.
Yeah. So he has positioned his ramp in the angle that
He wants.
he believes is the best for this approach. Yes.
And now can use it easily to
Yes, he
push,
had to-
push on.
He had to put more pace in the ball, so it could go inside better.
In one ball only.
Yes, yes. But it's not a problem. He will just
To touch a little or quit
Yes.
the blue one.
Yes, he will hit it a little bit and it will stick on the jack.
Nowadays, between the balls, if you are playing balls in a row, you don't have to change the position of the ramp. This is an advantage for those who plays balls in a row.
Yes.
Because it's a recent change.
Yes,
of
it's
the
a
rule,
recent
but
change. Yes.
what's your idea about it?
I think it's for the best because each ball is different, and for each ball you have to do calibrations totally different than the previous balls. Because some balls you know that they may turn to the right or to the left. It's different everything. So for me, the old rule of moving the ram to the left and the right before each shot was not helping anywhere. And with this way, we gain more time because we want our main goal is to do boccia, to be interesting
The
for
best
the
of possible.
spectators. Yes, and because we have the problem that in many Paralympic games, boccia is not televised, and we need TV because only with TV we can make boccia popular to the people outside of our circle.
We talked yesterday with Vani, and she said that never saw before. The ambient in Rio was fantastic,
Yes.
and we for all of us we would like to have the venues all full with people.
Yes.
And that's a problem for this sport.
Yes, this is for me it's the biggest problem that we face. We don't have the crowds. Boccia is still not very famous, and TV is one of the most important things that can help in this. But TV wants the game to be fast. They're saying boccia is
Boring
very slow
for those
and
who
boring.
are
Yes. When it's not, all the people that know boccia, it's
Like-
not boring for them. But people from television, they don't know boccia, so for them it's slow.
and
We're trying to make it as fast as we can.
And it's interesting because when we put someone to play boccia, they want to make another game and another game and another game because it's not only a funny game to play, but it's only a good game to make all together.
Yes. It's very exciting. I have once heard that it's as exciting as football. And I was, yes, it is. It's totally different, but it's the same. It's exciting.
I think
very
that
exciting.
it was against you that Macedo made one ball in the last 10 in the European Championship.
Yes, that was
In
amazing.
Guimarães, I think.
Yeah.
And we are Portuguese, of course, and we remember that too. And all the crowd is around the court seeing the match.
Yeah.
And is that what we want?
It was, well, I will explain because I totally remember it. It was like it was yesterday. So it was the final of the European Championship in 2013. And Macedo was winning by 4 points. And I managed the last 10 to go to the tiebreak, so it's 4-4. And we started the tiebreak, and I managed to put my ball in front of the jack ball. So I was thinking that I won. And then Macedo makes his throw. His ball hits my ball, jumps, and goes in front of the jack, touching the jack. And I was, I lost. It was amazing.
I remember the other side. Yeah, but okay, it was a very good game to see, and if the TV was there, I think that will be a great moment to everyone.
Yes, definitely. If boccia was famous, popular, that game would be like the highlight of the decade or something. Yes, all the TV shows would show this throw again and again and again, like in football if you see an amazing goal or something.
Yes. Okay, coming back here again to the game, and we saw that Edyta was not able to change that situation.
Yes,
really.
So it's one more point for Kim.
And point by point, we're winning the games.
Yes.
So,
of course, we have to say that Edyta has already disqualified because she lost her 2 previous games. So definitely she's more relaxed. she's not giving all her powers.
However, Kim have two ones or against Mateus? I
No,
think that he lost.
Kim also lost from.
Mateus? No.
No, from Evelyn, I think.
Okay. I can see here. If you cannot see.
He lost 3-2 to Evelyn de Oliveira from Brazil.
Okay.
So he definitely needs this win.
Here we find yes. And now in the other game of the group, Evelyn is winning. So Evelyn start to having a good position to be.
Yes, Evelyn is winning 2 points. It's 2-0. She's playing with the other Polish player, Damian. And if she wins, she will go first in her pool with only victories, 3 victories. So Kim
have to
has
make points.
the challenge, yes. It's not only that he has 2 wins, but he has to win a lot of points, so he can be the first or the best second qualifier.
One thing that we thought that then we look at the general results, it's that we don't have almost all groups that are very tied in the victories.
Yes.
The level is definitely
the level is amazing. The level is amazing. Each year we have new players, and I'm like, oh, no more. Even more players. So good. It's really difficult, and it's really difficult to keep your performance so high.
Yeah, we know that you have almost every gold medals that you find the gold medal in Paralympics. Is your goal to your career?
Yes, definitely. I have a gold medal in Paralympics in pairs. So the only one missing is the gold medal in Paralympics in individuals. So this is my greatest goal, and after losing in Rio 2016 in the final.
You have 2 seconds in Paralympics. No?
Yes,
you have two seconds.
Yes. In Beijing 2008, where I lost to Korea again, but another player, and in 2016 in Rio. So after losing the final in Rio, Katerina and I said, no, we have to do everything that's possible to win that medal.
That medal have to be yours. So.
Yes. But it's really, really, really difficult.
And the level is definitely in the high level. In Portugal we talk because Portugal is in the history of the sport and have a lot of medals, but the times are definitely different than the times that Portugal won a lot of medals.
Yes.
And we can see we cannot compare the results of Portugal, and we have that notion that that times are not the times of today.
Yes.
And that way don't is the we are not making now worst work, but old level.
No, everyone else is better. Yes. I remember I compete in international competitions since 2003, so I remember being in the competitions and listening again and again the Portuguese anthem. So I learned it by heart. Yeah, and now it's really difficult. Really difficult in every category. You never know who will win.
So it's good for sport.
Yes, that's the best. And you can see in the game that Kim placed his red ball in the beginning, but not totally in front of Edyta. So Edyta with only one, and I don't think that's even a super hard ball. It must be a medium. She removed the red ball, and she made a very good placement of her blue ball. So Kim will do his magnificent aiming once more.
Hello Marta, sorry, Damian is playing now, is losing 2-0 against Evelyn in court number 6. Song Hoon Park, I don't understand your characters, so if you can talk with us in English, it can be better. And we have here that situation that Kim used all his ability in the control of the trunk to goes to win, and the ball is good.
And again, we see how important it is, the position of the ramp and that aiming, because the blue ball was placed really well in front of the jack ball, and Kim managed to move it a lot. Not totally, because there was a red ball also blocking the blue ball to be removed, but he did a really good job.
Nowadays we saw too that you are very precise. What do you have to say to the young players that are starting in BC3 class? What's the first and second steps to get the high level?
Work. Train. That's the most important. Nowadays we have a good equipment in the market, because in the past there was no good equipment that anyone could buy. So there are really good ramps and balls. So all players that start, they have from the beginning equal opportunities. So then what it's left to do, it's to increase their skills and abilities. And that begins with aiming, tactics, and placement of the balls, because the court is very big and you have to know how to stop each ball on any part of the court. So this is very difficult, and I will say again, train. That's the best you can do.
Okay, it's if
By the
we
way, Kim made a very good placement of his red ball.
I hear in the past the Professor Elena saying that the Korean seems to have some iman in the balls, that the balls always go to there. And it's really fantastic when Young, when we saw Young in the past, or even now too. But it's impressive or when we see you, when we are looking at the games, we are saying, oh, for sure he will put the balls. That work is very, very important to do. And what's the paper of the assistant here? Because you have to have a good connection with the assistant.
Definitely.
Is the part of the game, or is only one assistant?
It's a great part of the game. One is for sure, a good assistant cannot make a bad player into a good player. But a bad assistant can make a good player into a bad player.
Okay.
So the assistant has to perform exactly what has been told, without mistakes, and be fast, because each second that are gained by the assistant are seconds for the athlete to think about tactics, to go inside the court and watch the balls from a very close view, or do more aiming or whatever. It's valuable time, and so the movement and all the actions of the assistants are very important. While one mistake of the assistant can be the reason for losing a game.
In some points we have some problems with that, because we have some players that are starting to play that they have one assistant one day, another assistant another day. That can be difficult to increase the...
Yes, it's very difficult, because since bocce is not a popular sport, there are no really money going to the athletes. So everything, all assistants work voluntarily. And
the same problem here.
Yes. And when you have to train each day, for example, as I train 6 or 7 hours, for the assistant it's like going, every day. So for the assistant and the athlete, it's like going to work. And that means that they cannot do anything else. So it's very difficult. It's a job.
High-level job.
It's a high-level job, yes. And I would like to say many congratulations and well done to every assistant, because it's like only offering.
Well, I know better the Portuguese what's happened, and when you saw Macedo, his performances are really, really nice, and his assistants, for example, he works in one job, and it's difficult for him to have, and only in the end of the day, every day is good, but probably is not enough to increase more.
It's not enough, because if the assistant was available all day, the results would be much better.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's not only to be able to compete, but it's the level of the of how you will perform, of your performance. So in order to perform, you have to work more, and you have to be specified only on what you do, only on bocce, not, as you said, go to work in the morning and then go to evening after the training. So it's much easier.
And don't getting nothing more than the pleasure of the game.
Yes, of course.
So here again, coming to the game, Edyta is having again the same difficulty.
Kim is playing really well, and Edyta is in a very difficult position. I don't think she can do anything with her last ball.
We'll see.
I guess she will hit the blue balls. Yes. But
nothing.
There was nothing that she could have done. So it was only for defense.
And Kim will try to do the same thing that he does in the first hand, coming here to the right, probably.
I think he will first move the red ball
that
on his right side.
Yes.
So it goes from the side of the jack ball.
And then work in that side.
And then work on this side, yes. Because his left side is completely blocked, and there are two blue balls, so he cannot do anything from there.
Yeah, there's almost the same thing in the first hand. The situations is very similar. Edyta, yes, the ball beats, but now he's in the better position to go.
He's in a better position, yes. It's not very easy, but I think he made
the ball have to stop first.
That was a very, very super hard ball.
But we don't know his through.
And now he goes to gain the best angle to.
But obviously this round
in the
now he decides where to place his ramp, so he has the
shot,
best
Jamie,
angle.
come on!
In your train, the aspects of the control of the ramp and the balls are important, and the mental training and the physical training make part of the process too.
Everything. Because on that high level of competition, you have to give more than you have. So everything that you do is very important in order to maintain your energy and keep your mind clear, because one small mistake can result in losing the game. So it's really difficult.
Yeah, good ball here to push on the ball to the points. Probably we'll see now if what the referee will say. You have to measure. And from here, don't seems, but it's very tough physically too, especially for the players who have.
Yes. It's very difficult because the disability levels are very high. Well, we can say simply that in the Paralympic sports, this is for the most severe physically disabled, bocce and especially BC3 category.
Okay, Jamie, well done. Come on, keep it going. You got this.
So it's really difficult for the athletes, and we don't have to forget that there's not only one game per day. Sometimes we have 4 games.
And all day in the venue.
All day, from the very early in the morning.
We cannot see
we
cannot see the light of the sun.
Yes. One more point for red.
Yes, at this moment, for Kim, 0 to Edyta. The game is not finished yet, but very comfortable now. Very
Yes.
comfortable now for Kim.
Yes, and we have to say that in the other game, Damian won 1 point, so it's 2-1 for Evelyn. And if Evelyn loses, then
Kim-
there will be a whole new situation, and we
With
will
the three
have
players.
to count the balls, the points.
We can try to see here that situation. It's not. For Damian, this competition should be important. So he have in the is I think that is in position to get the slot individually.
Damian,
For the
as a lot of players here, have the last opportunity to gain points to qualify for Tokyo Paralympic Games. So you can see the tense here on many faces, and it's really important.
Because I think that between José Macedo, Avelino, Adam Pesca, Christopher, Damian, they are still with some chances to get the
there are
slot.
chances. There are.
And José Macedo is in a good position at this moment, but probably will don't pass the group because he's losing now 5-0. Avelino
Yes, should
makes
have a
second. Avelino is difficult. Adam Pesca at this moment is losing against Scott 4-0. And the group is with 3 players with 2 wins too. Everything is very tough.
Everything
at this
is still
moment.
open. Yes, everything is
Everything
still open.
still open for a lot of players here. And again the ball. I'm not sure about it, but yesterday we saw the same situations here. The BC3 players here, the ball is usually goes to the right. This can probably have there some.
The incline probably is to
Is
the
to there.
to
Is
the
to there.
yes, to the right.
It's not the first name and not the second ball that we saw making some.
Yes, definitely. And now we can see Kim moving his ramp to completely the left side of the box. And he's aiming from the box next to him, which is empty. He's trying to remove the blue ball.
one.
So he chose the best angle of the ramp. The head pointers were also a change to the rules after Rio Paralympics, because in the past there was a limit of 50 centimeters, but now it's unlimited, and we made that decision in order to prevent discrimination between disabilities, because there were some players that had very small bodies, so it was unfair to them playing with a tall athlete or something like that. And
that way is easy for everyone.
yes,
who wants
it's
to
easy.
So,
And really, if we had a chance to do the same in the aiming, as we said that Kim has the ability to move his trunk and do the aiming from wherever inside his box.
even better, but
Yes, it would be even better if you could do something.
you have to put a
That was
camera.
one reason that we set the opportunity to aim from the empty box.
Mhm.
So Kim has removed the blue ball, which was an obstacle to him, and now he's going to place his red ball on the jack. The pace is not enough, and I guess
But again, in the line of
in the line, yes. I guess the mistakes by the pace is due to the humidity.
Okay.
because the floor is
Sticky.
sticky. Yes.
They have to rearrange the scale of the ramps.
Yes.
And it's possible during the one championship that scale change, or during the first day or the last day. Is
It may change.
It
May change. Yes, it may change. But the athlete, even though he knows that the ball may stop earlier, he prefers to than the ball going with more pace and pass the jack. Yes, because here it's an obstacle. So just like Kim had to remove the blue ball, the same is for Edyta now. She has to remove the red ball.
And the ball goes straight to the jack.
To the jack, so she needs another ball to remove the red ball.
In that way, Edyta will miss balls that probably she needs if she wants to make score. And
Definitely.
I don't know in Greece how these things work. Here in Portugal, we have clubs of Bosnia, and we have a national team that picks the players from the teams. But we have some countries that work more with the national team and have small clubs, but they make a real work with the national team like if they are a club. In Greece, how is the reality in the sport at this moment?
It's similar to Portugal. We have clubs working with athletes, and some days the teams and pair athletes train as a national team each week, and some athletes like myself do their individual training on their own. So for example, I do the training by myself only, and then I go to the trainings that we have as a national team.
To increase the pair.
Yes, for the pairs.
And the shoes of the players is about the ranking of the national ranking, or is it shoes by the national coach?
It depends. It's the coach with cooperation with the national federation.
Okay. Okay, at this moment, Edyta can change a little the situation of the game. Here, the Kim have their what he can do at this moment.
I'm trying to guess by his placement of the ramp. So I don't think he's going for the jack ball, and I don't think he's going for the blue ball. I can guess he's going for the red ball first, in order to be able to remove the blue ball afterwards. So because the blue ball, as it's positioned right now, it's supported from one side by the jack ball, from the other side by the red ball. So I guess he's trying to remove the support of the red ball provided to the blue ball. We will see now. Yes, that's what he does. And now it will be very easy for him to remove the blue ball and place his soft ball on the jack ball.
Yeah. And he did it very well. He did it perfectly.
He did it perfectly, yes. And as always in this game, his placement of the ramp makes a difference for him.
Yeah.
Because Edyta has not have the same capability, of being flexible inside the box.
Olha aí, Anthony, neste momento Mateus Carvalho está perdendo 5-0 no campo 1 contra o Jeong, o super campeão Jeong da Coreia. 5-0 a perder. Sim, vamos transmitir Cleverton jogos da classe BC4. A seguida teremos dois jogos, o Andriy Okolov da Ucrânia contra o Matias Bartol, e em seguida a mexicana Carla Henriquez contra Louis Sanders da Grã-Bretanha. Backing here to the game again, and that's what you said. Kim remove now the blue
The
one,
blue ball, yes.
and now have all space to try to place the
Yes.
ball. in
He
the-
repositions his ramp again. It's not from the same position.
and the ball.
It's
Seems
not
that-
a really good throw.
No. The ball comes with a lot of pace now. He tried
Yes,
to.
there was a lot of pace, and the aiming, the ball turned to the right, as you correctly mentioned before, because of the floor. So
Yeah,
it touched the blue ball first, and it changed the direction of the red ball. So instead of going to the jack ball, it went next on the side of the jack ball. So
For those who are playing next, be careful with
yeah, with the floor.
with
It's going to the right. Yeah. It's court number 5.
now it's equal for everyone.
Yeah.
We hear the sound of Jamie making now. Is winning 4-0 against Adam Pesca, trying to get the first place in the group.
We have to say that Jamie McCowan, who was shouting before, he is also trying to qualify because he lost his first game to a new Hong Kongese player. So we can see the tension and we can see why he's so excited. Yes, and we don't have to forget he was a European champion in 2017. So he's a great player.
And
And Edyta is now playing her last ball. And she has the opportunity to
score.
to
try
score,
to-
yes, to place her ball to the jack, and then it will be very difficult for Kim because he also has only one ball left.
And we will see. We will see if the floor don't make the mistake again. And during this game, Kim control very well the game during all the game. Don't have situations to
Yes, yes, definitely.
more control than have to do the. Of course, they have to do the good things, but sorry, we'll see the ball. And the ball goes.
And the floor once again was the obstacle, so the ball, Edyta's ball went to the right.
And this hard ball is difficult to control. If goes, it's not the hard ball that one. Seems
Yes,
to
it
be.
was a hard ball.
And if
it
goes
was hard
slow,
ball.
it's difficult to control even more.
Yes, because the floor had
More impact
changes
on
the
the ball.
direction much more on hard balls. And now I believe Kim will
Try to remove that.
hit the left blue ball that touches on the red in order to move the red
In front
closer
to the jack.
wide. Yes. No, he did it another way. But he
The same
scored.
thing.
He scored again, so
The same way. Okay. At the end of
it's one
this
more.
moment, one more point. 5 points for Kim, 0 points for Edyta. It's the final score of this match. Kim get his first place of the group. He is in the afternoon in the quarterfinals for sure.
And we have to say that he played excellent. Kim played excellent. He did all the tactics he had to do, all the movement inside the box that gave him the big advantage and many points.
And he shows how to do that. How to do
Yes,
it.
yes, he sure knows it.
Okay, Gregorius, thanks a lot for you two being here. It was a pleasure for us to have your knowledge here in front of the cameras.
Thank you very
What you have
much.
to say? Last words.
Thank you very much for the invitation. It was a pleasure for me. I hope you enjoyed the game and our discussion. And we have more exciting games in front of us.
Okay.
So stay tuned.
Thanks. So we'll continue to put the game of Portugal until the end, and then we will finish and we come later with the BC4 game with Andrei Okolov from Ukraine against Matthias Bartol from Slovenia.